What's up, everybody? BD here. And as we roll through the day, I've got a special thing. It can't be a good day reacting, honestly, without reacting to our girls. The Warning, Danny, Pal, Ale. We can't have it. We got to do it. And Mark, I appreciate your request and your donation to the channel. Really appreciate it. So we're going to do, and what Mark has asked, and I've been wanting to do this. There is a 6-part behind the scenes kind of deal. I guess this is the Mayday album. And this is called Mayday in the Making. So instead of watching the whole 30 minutes, because my day is whacked out. I mean, I have a lot that I do. I'm going to try to squeeze in 2 episodes, and then I'll break this down into, I know it's a 6-part series. We'll do episodes 1 and 2, then we'll come back to 3 and 4, then we'll do 5 and 6. And we'll do it that way. Instead of trying to break it down to all 6, I know I can squeeze about 10 minutes in, and we're taking up a minute talking about it. But just to let you know where we stand, what we're doing, and we're going to take off and get this done.
Pelo bien.
Primero,
We are ready.
el nombre o de que los nombres individuales y luego la banda o al
No.
revés.
Okay.
Okay.
Go. Hi, we're the Warning.
I'm
Yeah,
Daniela.
okay,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes a lot
Okay.
of sense. Hi, I'm Daniela,
I'm Paulina. I'm Alejandra.
and we are the
The
Warning.
This third album, I can honestly say with a lot of confidence, is that it's the best thing that we've ever done.
The new album, how to describe it? It's the Warning on steroids.
They can all play their instruments like no one I've ever seen. If you listen to this album, you know this is a rock band. It's not a female rock band or a young rock band. This is a rock band.
And I hate to stop this because y'all know I normally don't. But she had a great point here. They are a rock band. Not a male rock band, not a female rock band, but a rock band. You got to give them the credit where it's due. These girls are amazing like that. So.
And then they brought the demos. I was like, you guys are kidding me. It's like, do you ever write a bad song? It's at another level.
No, they
the
do not.
Warning at another level.
Working on the album with David and Rick was a little bit nerve-wracking at first because we know what we want to hear.
I was really nervous that David was gonna be like, no, I hate all this and let's do something different. Like, we were prepared to fight over our songs.
We literally told them, like, we are super picky. Picky.
You see how far you can push day one. And you started to talk about a song I didn't like. I said, I don't like this song. And I had 3 girls right up in my face together. And they talk in Spanish.
It's somewhere between like the buddy system and gang mentality, in my opinion. You know, they travel in a pack.
like a gang of lionesses circling the prey.
I think that if we were not sisters, like, this would have fallen apart so quickly.
Having 3 girls being amazing, talented musicians at such a young age, and then having those 3 girls be sisters and so connected, that doesn't happen.
I can't believe they're my daughters. Like, what moment that happened? How?
Being in a band with your family is great. We experience everything as a family that it'd be weird, like, to experience it alone and then come to my family like, oh my god, this happened. No, it's like a thing. It happened to all of us. It always happens to all of us.
I'm used to being in a room for 3 months with a band. This instance, I've never experienced before. I've never had the parents in the studio. And then their manager came. Now I've got the Guardians. I definitely didn't get to be me because I usually swear like a trooper and say all sorts of inappropriate things in the studio because nobody's filming me usually. I've never experienced anything like that, and I probably never will again the rest of my career.
You know, they're going to get where they want to go. They strike me as workaholics, and they're on a mission. I mean, this is their dream, this is their destiny, and they're going to do it.
Their best work yet. And that's not just because they're our daughters.
It's an amazing feeling. A big accomplishment for them.
I mean, they've been through David Bendeth boot camp.
Yep. Survive. Is it wrong? Yes!
I have never been so on time.
This does sound more like a synth.
Going once, going twice. Die for me.
Wow. What a performance. Beautiful, beautiful. What a voice.
Gambaré.
What a special voice you have. I hold a certain standard to the records I make. Of course, they've almost earned a rite of passage in the sense that they've played on their record everything.
That's all them, you know. They did it, they played it, they killed it.
When we started working with David, we just took it to like a whole new level. And we're so happy with the result. And I'm just super, super excited for it to be public and for people to listen to it and hear what people have got to say. Because I am so proud of what we did. So proud.
Should be.
Hello, I am Paulina Villarreal. I am 18 years old. I am the drummer for the band The Warning. My name is Alejandra Villarreal. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm the bass player for the band The Warning.
I'm Daniela Villarreal. I am the guitar player and lead singer of The Warning. So The Warning came to be in a very early stage of our lives. We started playing classical piano at a very young age. I think I was 6 and Pau was around 4.
It was a family environment of music.
We started playing the piano when we were very young. We started with like classical music, and then we bought this video game, Rock Band, the Rock Band.
The Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Here's what's funny, and here's the thing. You see these beautiful little girls right here. And I say it because I have 2 little girls, and they are the most, well, they're not little anymore, they're full grown now, like these girls are. And there is something about having a daughter that just melts you as a father, right? As a human being. And so I am so protective of my girls. And it's just, to me, that's how a father is supposed to be. And I love seeing that her parents look young. Their parents look very young. And they seem to be very cool, down-to-earth, nice people, right? And so I can only sympathize with the dad, right? Knowing I've got $3 out here, the public eye. You know, you got some wackadoos out here. And my daughters are front and center. And I couldn't imagine how you deal with that as a dad. But I know, like with the Warning Army, there's a very protective air about it. And you see why, like, I would bodyguard for these girls all day long. Because you're not getting next to them. Unless there's specific instructions that says you can, it wouldn't happen. Because you have to look at them as your own daughters. Like, no. I mean, there's too much tragedy and too many freaks out there in this world that's the only thing that scares me, right? It scares me about my daughters, and it scares me for the fame that they're achieving and all those things that are out there, but they seem so level-headed. I really think they can navigate it. I certainly pray that they do. Anyway, let's get back to the video. But when I see this, it just makes me think of my daughters and how I feel about it.
When we bought the game, that was the moment when we were like, hey, we want to do that.
We absolutely loved that video game. We played it all the time. I would just be like jumping around with my guitar. Pat would never let me play the drums because that was her thing and she was super good at it, and I was just like, no.
When we bought the game, I noticed Paulina, and she was like, like with so much coordination, and I told her like, look at Paulina.
But you need to take into account that I was like 6 years old at that time.
By next week, Paulina was in lessons.
The thing with Danny was she wanted the guitar because of the rock band, but we knew that it was gonna be difficult for her because she was 8 years old.
I asked my dad if I could play the guitar, and he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And he said 6 months. And by the week, I wanted to give up.
But she kept her promise, and by that time, she already started to love.
I was about 3 when we got the rock band, so I didn't actually play. She was a baby. Ale basically, when we were playing rock band, Ale was clapping next to us. I picked the bass when I was about like 6 or 7, and I was like, ooh, I want to play that. Don't know what it is, but I want to play it. And when she started playing the bass, we started like thinking like, hey, these instruments, like we can play them together. We were like, oh, these 3 instruments actually make up a band. So we're like, we can start playing together.
We said like, why? We should play something together. And that was it.
We had no idea that we were gonna do what we're doing today, like at all.
For us, the decision to upload videos on YouTube was just like, we're gonna send it to our grandparents. The file is too big, let's upload it on YouTube and send them the link.
But suddenly they started getting a lot of attention.
All of a sudden, it exploded.
Our parents really reminded us that like this was for the music, and we could use that to start writing our own music. I think that was something that caused such a huge change in us, from just like, let's play for fun, to like, whoa, we're a band now.
Not everything comes without its sacrifices. It was tons of practice.
Suddenly, you're not just a normal little teenager who goes to school, does her homework. You're playing shows, you're playing in festivals, and you're playing in front of a lot of people. Something that maybe like a lot of people my age take for granted, like going to parties, going to school, even like people who like, oh my god, I need to wake up at like 6 a.m. and go to school every day, was something that like we couldn't do.
And I appreciate the support of my parents and all that they had to go through to get us to this point, because for them, it was just as hard.
As a parent, you never know which one is the right path. We wanted to support them. Like any parent, just try to give them what makes them happy.
We usually compare it, what we're doing and what is happening and what could have happened. But as we started playing more shows and as more people started to show up, especially like at an international level, it was like, that's where it really settled in. Like, whoa, like this is for real. We are so grateful that we have the opportunity to be playing these shows, working this way, writing music. Like all these opportunities don't happen to a lot of people.
Thanks to all of that and all the sacrifice that we put through as a team, and not only us, but our parents and our management, everyone is just so incredible, and I'm very grateful not only that we did it, but that we were able to overcome it.
Ooh, okay.
If we weren't in a band,
if we weren't in music in general, because we always get out of that question like, oh, it would be a song right now. Like, what would you do out of music?
Honestly, I think I would be a teacher.
A teacher.
A teacher.
No, you would be such a good boss.
You'd be a
oh,
good, thanks.
Yeah. I would like to write. Yeah, I'd be a good
you
writer.
Would be a writer.
I would have to do something creatively. I couldn't.
Yeah.
No, like a job office. I honestly have no idea.
I think you would be a good model.
Ah, sure.
Yeah.
Not really good at posing, but you know,
you'd be a good model.
I could work on that.
You
got the height, you got the face.
All right, that was great. That was really good. If I had the time, I'd just sit down through all 6 parts right now. I really would, but I'm going to do these in order. But wow, you know, they're so down to earth, and I love their backstory, and I'm glad we got to see how that started with rock band of all things. But you never know where somebody's passion and what their calling is going to come from. You really don't know. How many kids go to college, right? But they have no idea, none, what they're going to be, who they're going to be, what kind of thing they want to pursue in life. Most people don't know. You don't know. And you know what really struck me, and I think this was the super important thing out of all of this, and I know I've kind of talked about it in the video a little bit, but the support of the parents is crucial here. The support of the parents willing to say, if this is your dream, if this is what you want to do, we're here for you. We're here for you. Guys, this is it. Because that's what I teach my kids. Don't do something just because society says you should be in business or you should be a lawyer or whatever the case may be. You got to follow your heart. You got to follow your passion. And I think the best parents understand that for their kids, because in an age where mental health is such an issue and all these social pressures and peer pressures and all of these things that these kids are inundated with now that really weren't a thing in my day. But even I had supportive parents like, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. You got to live your life your way. You have to be happy, and I love that their parents do that. I love that their parents sit there and say, hey, we want to support you. We want to do this thing. If you're going to do this, be dedicated to it. And now we see what's happened. It's great. Can't wait to dig into the other ones. What do you guys think about this? Because I know you probably have all seen it. Leave your comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Mark, appreciate your support of the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.